don't expect by no means for y'all to like check Spice over me, but it's just sometimes it's just like, all right, come on now. Like, you know, that's a little too far. That's too much.
You know Rasheeda laugh at every thing. That ain't no excuse.
I know you ain't 11 bitches. It was the wrong type of push.
My feelings was a little hurt too because I'm like, I have real love for Bambi.
I really do apologize. I really do hate that had to be that.
Look, all these situations in this group, Kendra was saying that she had wanted me and Bambi to talk at the party, but it was so much going on. So she's supposed to be bringing her by. I was totally thrown by Bambi's diss record. Bambi was like family, bro. And now it's like some weird ass going on, which makes you think about where your friendships lie.
Look at my hip, walk, yeah, I got that strut.
Hey, y'all.
Hello. Oh, wow. Hey, thank you, darling.
I'm scared to come in here. Hey, Kirk.
Do we need to stay 11 feet apart? What do we need to do?
Hey, let me give you a hug, okay? Let me just start off with that. There's been a lot said about the situation between me and the Frost. I don't know, like I really do consider them family on some level. And I feel like right now I need to just address it and let them know what time it is from my perspective. Hi, y'all. I've been missing the bistro. Y'all know this my spot, for real.
Well,
bro, I'm like, oh my gosh.
I'm not gonna lie. Mama feelings don't get hurt easy. It don't. It got to be people that I care about. I really don't have no beef with the Frost. My thing is the Frost was standing in this group that was laughing at some Spice said.
Bambi have 11 listeners on Spotify.
ooh, girl, I'm finna go.
Like, no, what are we talking about here?
Like, we supposed to be cool and you laughing at a joke that was like a real dig. I'm like, okay, well, let me talk about all the 11 y'all got going on. But if this made them feel bad, I feel bad about it. I don't expect by no means for y'all to like check Spice over me, but it's just sometimes it's just like, all right, come on now. Like, you know, that's a little too far. That's too much.
You know Rasheeda laugh at every thing. That ain't no excuse.
I know you ain't 11 bitches. It was the wrong type of push.
My feelings was a little hurt too because I'm like, I have real love for Bambi.
I really do apologize. I really do hate that had to be that.
Look, all these situations in this group, it has went up. Like, Bambi has been up.
And that's my point. I'm like,
with
listen,
people, I'm like, this ain't finna get like this. Y'all can talk about it.
I'll take my cut though. Whenever you want to take us out to eat, once you get some bread, you know, off that record, you can say, well, let me take y'all out.
And what you don't know, though, last year, I was on the phone with Spice, and I said, I'm going to call Bambi, and let's squat. I like Bambi song, jamming. And
no, you
me
did.
And Kirk, I said I like Amy's song and I like Bambi's song. Me and Kirk was telling her, your ass is gonna put this album out because you are not about to play with your money. You know what I'm saying?
To me, it was brought back to me like y'all was telling her like just take her off then and just keep going.
No,
I have to kind of like take some steps back and understand like how we all got to navigate in this group.
And
you know what I'm saying?
Around, right. One thing that me and Spice have been talking about is the fact that like she's always on the defense because she always feels as though it's an attack thing.
I love both of y'all. Y'all my friend for a lot of years.
Right.
It's
period.
like peaceful in my brain.
You know? Period. Life be mother just swerving.
And I ain't even get to say congratulations.
Well, thank you.
You getting married?
Yes, I am.
Do y'all have plans on when yet or not?
No, we don't have no plans on when and what's gonna happen, but I'm absolutely getting married.
I heard that.
Like, every that I dated, they want to get married. It's just him that it was just something a lot different about with Ray. Things went from the promise ring and then it's the real thing, like real quick. But one thing about an engagement is that it's a trial period. And if I see some stuff happening that I don't like, then I'll pause. And then if it's going how I want it to go, then I'll go with it. But for right now, I'm just going to take it one day at a time and I'm going to have fun.
You ready already?
Atlantanites are never quiet, not when secrets are ready to explode. And on this night, Bambi decided she'd had enough of the whispers, the side eyes, and the fake smiles. If people wanted to talk, she was going to give them something real to talk about. It all went down at a casual meetup that was supposed to be about celebrating Rasheeda's latest business success. The boutique had just launched a new collection, and the cast was invited to sip champagne, try on a few pieces, and sprinkle in a little harmless gossip. But if there's one thing about Atlanta, harmless gossip gossip has a way of turning into a headline before the night is over. Bambi arrived with her game face on, calm, collected, but carrying the kind of energy you can feel from across the room. She wasn't there to browse clothes. She wasn't there for champagne. She was there to make sure the truth came out, no matter who it hurt. At first, the vibe was light. Rasheeda floated around greeting guests, flashing that perfect boutique owner smile, posing for pictures. Kirk hung in the corner, sipping his drink, talking to a couple of the guys. But Bambi's eyes, they stayed locked on him. It started with a few subtle jabs, little comments here and there when the conversation brushed up against relationships. Some people got more extracurricular activities than they got time for, she said with a smirk, swirling her drink. A few heads turned. One or two people laughed nervously, not sure where she was going with it. Then, like a storm cloud moving in, the air got heavier. Someone mentioned loyalty, and that was it. Bambi set her glass down, straightened her shoulders, and let it rip. You know what's funny? Everybody in here wants to act like Kirk is this family man, this perfect husband type, she started, her voice steady but sharp. But y'all don't know the half. You think I don't know? You think I ain't heard? Kirk got 11 different women on the side. 11. The room froze. Conversation stopped mid-sentence. Even the music in the background felt like it went quiet for a second. Eyes darted to Rasheeda. Cameras zoomed in. Everyone waited for the explosion, for her to check Bambi, to defend her man, to call her a liar. But Rasheeda just stood there. No words, no outrage, just a tight smile and a glance at the floor, like maybe if she didn't react, the moment would pass. But Bambi wasn't about to let it pass. She went on, laying out details, not enough to name names, but enough to make sure people knew this wasn't some baseless rumor. Late-night hotel meetups, DMs full of heart emojis and secret plans, trips that were for business, but conveniently lined up with women posting from the same city. The more she talked, the more the room shifted. Some people avoided eye contact altogether. Others leaned in, hungry for every word. Kirk tried to brush it off, laughing like it was all a big joke, but his eyes were darting, and that fake laugh didn't fool anybody. Rasheeda finally spoke, but it wasn't the clapback anyone expected. She simply said, "I'm not doing this right now," and turned her attention back to a rack of clothes, as if Bambi hadn't just detonated a bomb in the middle of her event. That silence, it said more than any argument could, and Bambi knew it. She smiled, picked her drink back up, and took a slow sip like she'd just accomplished exactly what she came to do. By the time the night ended, the boutique was buzzing with speculation. Was Bambi telling the truth? Did Rasheeda already know? And if she did, why wasn't she defending herself? The next morning, social media was a wildfire. Clips of Bambi's accusations were all over Instagram and Twitter. Memes popped up within hours. Pictures of Kirk with the caption, "1 down, 10 to go." Some fans praised Bambi for being bold enough to say what others wouldn't. Others dragged her for messy energy and ruining the vibe. Rasheeda stayed off social media completely, posting nothing, but her silence only fueled the rumors more. Kirk, on the other hand, hopped on leave, laughing it off, calling Bambi delusional and bitter. But the more he talked, the less convincing he sounded. The cast was officially divided. Some were siding with Rasheeda, saying nobody deserves to be blindsided like that in public. Others admitted that if Bambi's claims were true, maybe this was the wake-up call Rasheeda needed. Either way, the damage was done. In one night, Bambi had shifted the entire dynamic of the group, turned Kirk into the villain, and put Rasheeda in a position where silence might not be an option for long, because if she doesn't address it soon, someone else just might, and when that happens, the receipts could be even uglier.